a lone figure clad in midnight blue robes. Streaked by streaks of lightning illuminated by an otherworldly katana, dances gracefully through a ruined ancient temple under the cloak of night. His long flowing locks billowing behind him like a storm-tossed sea, and his piercing gaze fixed on some unseen target. As he walks, the sound of the wind picks up, stirring the mist that covers the temple grounds. Suddenly, a dark shape emerges from the gloom atop the temple, silhouetted against the silvery light of the moon that filters through the broken roof above. A cruel smile twists the lips beneath the figure's mask, and two malevolent red eyes glow with sinister intent. This is a tale of clashing destinies, of two warriors whose paths converge amidst the ruins of an ancient temple where the very air crackles with anticipation. Scene 1. The encounter. The wind ruffles through the long, silken hair of the Wind Samurai, dancing around him like a spectral partner as he moves deeper into the forsaken temple. Moonlight spills through the gaps in the crumbling roof, weaving a mosaic of silver and shadow on the moss-covered ground below. An ethereal mist clings to the air, shrouding the temple in an otherworldly haze and muffling the sound of his every step. In the distance, the faint whisper of chanting seems to echo through the ages, a haunting melody that speaks of forgotten rituals and slumbering evils. As he draws closer to the heart of the temple, the wind begins to pick up, carrying with it the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves. It swirls around his feet, forming miniature whirlwinds that vanish as quickly as they appear. The silence is shattered by the snap of a twig, and the samurai comes to a halt, his senses on high alert. From somewhere within the gloom, a pair of eyes gleam with baleful light, watching his every move. With a fluid grace born of years of disciplined training, the samurai draws his katana, its polished surface reflecting the eerie glow that spills through the shattered roof. As he does, a dark figure descends from the shadows, a wraith-like presence that seems to glide effortlessly through the gloom. The samurai stands firm, his eyes narrowed in concentration as he faces his unseen assailant. The figure steps into the pale moonlight, revealing the sharp angles of his form and the chilling grin beneath his mask. Two malevolent red eyes blaze with sinister intent. This is no ordinary foe, but a master of the shadowy arts. A ninja whose very essence is entwined with the darkness that clings to this forsaken place. As the full extent of his power begins to unfold, the wind rises, carrying with it the promise of a tempest. Scene 2. First clash. The samurai's blade flashes in the dim light as he executes a series of precise cuts, each one designed to sever the bonds that tether his spirit to this mortal realm. But with each strike, the wraith-like ninja seems to vanish, reappearing just beyond the reach of the katana. He is a phantom of the night, an apparition of pure shadow and sin. The samurai feels the frustration mounting within him like a caged beast, its fiery breath scorching his resolve. Suddenly, the ninja makes a miscalculation, a momentary lapse in his otherwise flawless movements. In that instant, the samurai strikes, his blade singing through the air with deadly grace. The wind gathers around the tip of the katana, forming a miniature vortex that sucks the very essence from the ninja's being. Startled, the ninja leaps back, stumbling for the first time in their deadly dance. Sparks fly as metal meets metal in a shower of burning embers. The wind blasts from the tip of the samurai's katana, forcing the ninja to retreat further. The samurai presses his advantage, lunging forward with a swiftness that defies the laws of man. The ninja narrowly avoids the edge of the blade, but not without consequence. Deep gash now mars his shadowy form, a testament to the power of the Wind Samurai's attack. As the two warriors circle each other, the air crackles with tension. The samurai stands firm, his eyes blazing with determination. He knows that this dance of death can only end with one victor. The ninja, his form rippling with dark energy, prepares for his next move. With a sinuous twist of his body, he vanishes into the shadows once more, leaving behind only the echo of his malevolent laughter. The samurai's eyes narrow as he senses the danger lurking just beyond his sight. The clash is imminent, the stage is set, and the fate of both warriors hangs in the balance. As the moon climbs higher in the night sky, casting its silvery light upon the crumbling temple, the battle rages on. Scene 3. Final strike. The ninja strikes with the suddenness of a viper, peering behind the unawares, samurai in a blink, and slashing out with twin blades that hum with dark energy. The Wind Samurai, however, is not without his senses. Whirls around, his katana singing as it intercepts the deadly blow. Sparks shower from the point of contact, illuminating the grim determination etched upon the faces of both warriors. For a moment, their gazes lock, a silent acknowledgement of the deadly game they play. Then, with a guttural roar, the ninja teleports away, vanishing into the labyrinth of shadows that cling to the temple walls. The Wind Samurai watches him go, his expression unreadable in the flickering moonlight. Suddenly, the ninja strikes again, launching himself through the air with the grace of a falling star. His twin blades flash like comets, promising swift oblivion for his unsuspecting foe. But the Wind Samurai is ready. He parries the attack with a resounding clang, the shock reverberating up his arm and sending tremors through his very core. The two warriors dance around each other, their blades flashing in the darkness, their movements a blur of muscle and sinew. With a flick of his wrist, the samurai unleashes a torrent of wind, forcing the ninja back. The force of the blow sends shivers down the spine, rustling the dead leaves and whipping the ethereal mist into a frenzy. The ninja, his form wreathed in dark energy, braces himself against the onslaught, his blades held high to deflect the invisible assault. The wind howls around them, a chorus of swirling whispers that seem to carry the lamentations of 1,000 lost souls. In the midst of this maelstrom, the samurai finds his opening. With a warrior's instinct honed through years of rigorous training, he lunges forward, his katana singing a deadly requiem. The tip of the blade glows with an otherworldly light as it pierces the air, aimed directly at the heart of the ninja. The ninja reacts instinctively, teleporting away just as the blade would have found its mark. But this momentary lapse in concentration proves costly. The samurai, his movements as swift and graceful as a falling hawk, closes the distance between them in a heartbeat. Their blades meet in a shower of sparks, a sound echoing through the ruined temple like the clash of thunder. The wind rises, carrying with it the scent of ozone and the promise of a final showdown. The ninja, his form wreathed in shadow, gathers his strength for one last desperate stand. The samurai, his eyes blazing with righteous fury, presses his attack, determined to end this deadly dance once and for all. As they leap into the air, their blades flash like lightning, promising a spectacular finale to their deadly duel. The ninja teleports behind the samurai and slashes across his shoulder. The samurai, though wounded, spins around in a flurry of motion, bringing his katana up to block the attack. He then proceeds to unleash his ultimate power, a massive tornado slash that sends the ninja flying backwards. The ninja, caught off guard by the sheer force of the attack, struggles to regain his balance as he's sent hurtling through the air. Despite being dazed, he manages to stay conscious and teleports away before he slams into the ground. The samurai, sensing that this may be his last chance to end the fight, gives chase, leaping over the temple ruins in pursuit of his elusive opponent. Meanwhile, the ninja, regrouping in the shadows, prepares for one final showdown. The air crackles with anticipation as both warriors gather their strength for one last epic confrontation. The ninja, summoning his last reserves of power, materializes in front of the charging samurai and raises his blades to deliver a final blow. The samurai, his eyes blazing with determination, meets the attack head-on, their blades colliding in a shower of sparks. In a slow-motion sequence, the two warriors are engulfed in a massive burst of energy that illuminates the ruined temple in an otherworldly glow. As the light fades, the figure of the Wind Samurai is seen slowly falling to the ground, his mission complete. With a final shudder, the ninja's body collapses, his mask falling away to reveal the face of a young woman. Her eyes, once filled with sinister intent, now gaze vacantly at the night sky, her lips parted in a silent scream. The wind dies down, carrying with it the echoes of battle and the promise of a new dawn. As the first rays of sunlight pierce through the mist, the temple seems almost serene, the only sound the gentle rustling of the leaves in the newfound breeze. The cycle of day and night continues, oblivious to the drama that unfolded within its ancient walls. And so the legend of the Wind Samurai lives on, a tale whispered on the wind and etched in the stars above the forgotten temple.